everyone, today I've got your Terminator Genisys movie review. When John Connor sends Kyle Reese back to 1984 to protect Sarah Connor and safeguard the future, an unexpected turn of events creates a fractured timeline. Now, Reese finds himself in an unfamiliar version of the past where he's faced with unlikely allies, including the Guardian, or as Sarah Connor likes to call it, Pops, dangerous new enemies, and an unexpected new mission to reset the future. That doesn't sound confusing. I don't know what will. As far as the story goes, Alan Taylor directs this fifth film in the Terminator franchise. It basically combines storyline with alternate timelines with these characters like that Asian T-1000. I don't know how they managed to come up with something like that, but I could have sworn that thing was going to have a bigger role in this movie. I guess I was wrong. And there's this Skynet operating system called Genisys that basically has the potential of taking over the entire world and has to be stopped before it goes online. I was almost hesitant on seeing this movie. I really didn't know what was in store for me. I really tried to avoid all of those spoilerific trailers that were coming out, and so I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. I heard some mixed reviews about this movie already, so that was kind of almost going to ruin it for me, but I wasn't going to back down. As far as the casting goes, obviously you've got a new actor playing John Connor. This is the fifth guy to play John Connor. And you've got Jason Clarke, who plays quite a different John Connor character. He actually does look similar to the John Connor that was featured in the first Terminator movie. And I thought that was really cool to sort of combine, like to actually have that kind of consistency. And he was quite mysterious, and there's things that happen to his character that I won't get into, but it's just really insane. You've got Emilia Clarke, who plays Sarah Connor, and she's kind of like the T2 version of her because she's all tough and she knows how to wield guns, and she just knows how to kick butt, and she likes to take charge. So it's really cool to see her in that aspect because she's all ready for battle. You've got Jai Courtney, who I'm not a huge fan of, but I felt like he played a pretty awesome Kyle Reese, though I still enjoyed Michael Biehn. But it was interesting how they went into this character's backstory, and you didn't get to see that in the other previous movies, so it was really interesting to see because the whole like timeline situation and what was going on there, you get to see something crazy like that. And obviously you can't have a Terminator movie without Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's kind of like this older guy, but I think he's better this time around, and he's even cracking more jokes, so it's kind of different than how he was acting in the other movies, and he definitely smiles more, so that was also fun to see. I still thought he was pretty badass in this movie, running into helicopters, and it was just really cool. And then you've got other minor characters like J.K. Simmons, who has a smaller role in this movie, and it's kind of like a blink and you miss it type role. So the things that I did like about this movie, I loved all these special effects. I think it, was a vast improvement from the other movies, and it just still looked good because it wasn't dated looking, and you were able to see what the time travel machine looked like. I liked all the little winks to some of the previous Terminator movies, like recreating that iconic scene from the Terminator with the CGI Arnold Schwarzenegger. I thought this movie was just very fast-paced, and it gave off a different feel to the franchise. But unfortunately, there were some things that I did not like about this movie. I felt like some parts of the movie were really hard to follow, and I think it had to do with the changing of the timeline. So it kind of sort of took me out of the film, and I can see why some people may find that confusing, and I can't really say specifically what parts were just confusing, but it just seemed a little bit out of place, even though it was a nice try to have something different, to set this movie apart from the other Terminator movies. But I just feel like, how many more like time travel stories do we need to hear? Overall, I would say that this movie exceeded my expectations, even though there were some minor flaws to this movie. But I still can't believe, what rating it's getting on Rotten Tomatoes, and I still think it's an average movie at best. So it's, got things that I obviously liked about this movie, and it was just like that. I would recommend seeing this movie. I wouldn't say it's the best of the franchise, and I would give this 4 hearts on the heart rate scale. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought of Terminator Genisys. How would you rank this movie with the other Terminator movies? As always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates coming up week for a Chill Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys later.